my name is Jonathan McDaniel, and my parents raised me to be respectful. Anyone else have parents that raised them to be like that? Yeah, I thought so. Well, thanks to my parents, I consider myself to be quite the gentleman. I am always the first person to carry something for someone, even if that means I knock everyone down along the way. But hey, I carried their stuff. And when someone prays, my hat comes off, regardless of how bad my hat hair might be. And one time I held the door open for what felt like 30 minutes. More and more people just kept coming on through. Has that happened to anyone else? It was like a stampede. But hey, I earned some serious gentleman points that day. I was also raised to respect those in authority. And that's just what I've always done, and it means a lot to me. As I got older, however, I began to realize that this was not the norm for many people. It was a rude awakening, seeing just so much blatant disrespect everywhere. Does this bother anyone else? I'm sure I'm not the only one. The world has gotten so disrespectful, and sometimes I don't think people even realize how terrible it sounds. I hear people say, "But I don't like my parents because blah, blah, blah." Yeah, I get it, but they're still your parents. Ephesians 6:1 says, "Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right." The verse doesn't say, because they are right. I know that parents are not always right in their behavior, but God says that it is right, meaning it's right to show honor to them either way.
Yes.
It says honor your parents, not because they're always right, but because they're your parents. And we need to stop saying generic complaints like, "I don't like the cops because blah, blah, blah." Okay, but they're still your police officers and your authority figures. Or, "I don't like the president because he makes bad decisions." Whether that's true or not, he's still our president, and we need to show him respect. Titus 3:1 says, "Remind them to be submissive to rulers and authorities, to be obedient for every good work." Teachers, parents, I know that my generation can be nasty. I have seen it firsthand, and it makes me sick. So please, continue to model respectful behavior for us. That means when you're talking to your friend in the other room, when you're mad at your boss, and even while you're driving. We're always watching you, and whether we want to admit it or not, we take after you. But Jonathan, how do we know who to respect and who not to respect? Well, God knew that we would have this question, so he gave us 1 Peter 2:17, which says, honor everyone, period. It doesn't say honor everyone in authority or everyone that deserves it. It says honor everyone. We don't have to agree with them. They could do horrible things. But even when Nero was burning Christians in his courtyard like candles, what does Peter say during this? He says, honor all men, honor the emperor. So when God tells us to honor everyone, he means everyone. Good, bad, it doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, we are all made in God's image. Being disrespectful shames us as Christians, and that has to stop. When someone yells at us or makes an unfair decision, we cannot allow emotions to get in the way. Yes, the Bible does say that we're supposed to be angered in certain situations, but we must continue to behave honorably. We are Christians, and we need to represent Christ well. Ladies and gentlemen, we are held to a higher standard than the rest of the world, and it's time for us to remember that. 2 Timothy warns us that in the last days, people will be boastful, proud, abusive, ungrateful, and disobedient to your parents. God warned us that this was going to happen, so we need to be on our guard. With that being said, I have a job for all of us in this room, and that is to listen to the words coming out of our mouth. This will help us to show respect, not just to God, not just to authority, not just to the people that we like, but to everyone, just as we have been raised to do. Thank you.